Like everything that you see that I am today is because of the day that I came into MPN. Like from my CIO position, I learned all of that. Like I learned everything that I did, I learned here. And because of that, I have data entry jobs that I do for people locally here. Like I literally do their paperwork because I love doing it. Like I learned that I love doing that. I used to be so scared of it. And then because you're like, no, I believe in you, you can do it. I did it. And just having one person believe in you like makes the biggest of differences. And the graphic design, I got like a side business for that. That's helped me improve in like my photography. Like I run a photography job, but it's always been hard because I've always been shy. But now I can literally go into a voice channel that has like 100 people, like our open forums, and be like, "Yo, what's up, everybody?"
What's going on, everybody? Before we get today's episode started, I want to give a special shout out to today's guest, MPNxMediocregirl. She did inform me after we recorded today's episode that it is being released on her birthday. So happy birthday, MPNxMediocregirl. She does a fantastic job of going out of her way to wish everybody a happy birthday when she knows about them throughout our entire community. So I just wanted to make a special video shout out to a very special person here in MPN. So again, happy birthday, MPNxMediocregirl. She is the guest on today's Mercy Lens episode, and this is one you're going to want to listen to because there is so many very cool and incredible stories that you're going to learn about her, and I'm really excited to get to share this with all of you. Yo, what is up, YouTube, and anybody listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify? If I remember how to be able to upload on there, it's been a long time. That's the whole point of it, and it's been long overdue. Today, I have a very special guest with me. We are recording a brand new Mercy Lens episode, and this is a guest on today's show that, like I said, it's been long overdue. We've been wanting to do this for so long together, and I'm glad that we finally did. And there's been a few special occasions that have come up here recently in our community that have just made this episode make sense now more than ever. So it's been worth the wait because we got a pretty special episode coming at you guys today. So with all of that said, I have MPNxMediocregirl coming in and joining us on today's show. She's currently helping out. She's running Synergy Squad in the MPN community right now, but believe me, you'll hear throughout the episode she's done much more over the course of pretty much 2 years of being involved in MPN. So I'm really excited to get to talk with her today, and there's going to be a lot that all of you listening can learn from. If you haven't checked out any of the previous episodes, make sure to do so as well. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, you name it, and we're on there. You can also find us on our website too, where these episodes get posted at. Today we are sponsored by Rogue Energy, and so we're excited to bring them on board, and we've worked with them in the past, and we're excited to kind of form that partnership again. Make sure to use promo code MPN on their checkout, and we just thought it made sense. We got the Rogue Empire division growing and prospering in our community, and now we're partnering again with Rogue Energy for today's episode. So we'll tell you a little bit more about them here later on in the episode. So Mediocre Girl, welcome, and let's just start from the very beginning with you. Like I said, you have a ton of history in MPN, and we'll get to that. But let's start out. Just tell me a little bit about you as a gamer. How long have you been gaming? And maybe what was the first game that made you fall in love with playing video games?
Hi, thanks for having me. It's been a while. I've wanted to be here for like ever. But I started gaming like when I was little, like way little. Like remember Sega days?
Yeah.
I used to play this like one dolphin game where you would just like jump around as a dolphin the whole time, and then there was Sonic and Crash. But I didn't get into like multiplayer gaming until Apex Legends came out. The day it came out, I downloaded it. It was the very first time I've ever played with like other players. It was the first time I've ever done anything like that. And I think within like my first month of playing that game, I ended up running into a former member, Tezzy, and he invited me and my friend in, and I didn't know what to expect. Oh no, my phone did a glitch. But I fell in love with like multiplayer gaming when Apex Legends came out. It was like my favorite. Like Lifeline is my favorite person in the whole world.
Oh, she's my favorite too. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love her.
Well, that
Um,
does it does bring up a good point because I've watched you play Apex. You streamed a lot of Apex when you're playing, and you chose Mediocre Girl as your MPN gamertag. But I've watched you play, and I wouldn't say your gameplay is mediocre by any means. So, kind of tell us a little bit how you chose that gamertag.
It was definitely, I still think it's well suited for me. Um, it works as both a warning in game when I don't have a good day, and then it is also a good way to set the stage because people will underestimate you and then be impressed when you kind of blow them out of the water. And I've always kind of been the type of person that likes to do everything. Like, I like to have my hands in here and there and like all over the place. So like I've never been good at just like one thing. I've always just been mediocre at like multiple things. So I figured it kind of fit me. It fit me for like every aspect of my life. I don't see mediocrity. Medi- I don't see being mediocre as being like all that bad of a thing because you're not mediocre all the time. It just
Yeah,
once in a while.
I get it. I
But
get it.
yeah, I chose it, and when I first came in here, my gamer tag was like my son's name because I never thought I'd be online playing. And then when I put MPN in my name the first time, that's when Mediocre Girl came up. It took me like a month to figure it out, and then I was like, I'm here for good. This is life now.
Yeah,
But
that's awesome.
I don't think I could ever change it. I love the name.
Yeah, it's great, and like I said, we've put a ton of highlight type videos out there, and I've seen your clips in quite a few of them on Apex Legends, and they're always impressive. And of course, we'll talk a little bit more about it. But at one point, you hosting the Rainbow Challenge on Apex Legends too, and you built quite the reputation on the game, honestly. And so we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Let's start from day one, though, right? Even a little bit before that, like leading up to joining MPN. What was it about MPN that like attracted you to make you want to join? After you kind of, it sounds like Tezzy invited you into the server. You got to see what things were like. What made you stick around on day one?
I'm not gonna lie, I was absolutely terrified. Like, I've always in the past I used to be very, very quiet. I'm sure you remember.
I do.
Um, so like the idea of being around all these people was like scary and thrilling at the same time. I was like, I have like a couple of people that I can play with, but this is like a whole world of opportunity. Like I could make so many friends. I could literally never play the game alone again. So I stayed because I thought it would be a challenge for myself to get out of my usual comfort zone. Into like I saw everything that you guys offer, like from the university classes to like everything. I was just like, I want to be in everything. Um, I thought like the university classes were like would teach me how to play games. So I remember messaging an old board member and being like, "Sign me up," and they're like, "For what?" And I'm like, "University," and they're like, okay, when I have something, I'll let you know. And it was like, cool. And then I learned that it's only like when it's offered, not like an everyday thing. But I remember just messaging people and just jumping right in. I don't know if you remember, but I'm always like a big person on birthday cards, so that was always fun too. Just jumping in and trying to do nice things for people.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what kept me around, but it was just like the fact that I love multitasking all the time and doing so many different things. I think it literally gave me that opportunity to do all of that. Um, I didn't really have the place to do all those things outside of MPN. And then being an MPN has really Like it's opened everything up. Like I wasn't even doing graphic design before MPN. I
Yeah.
didn't do any of those things that I do now beforehand. I was just a person who spent most of their time alone. So
Yeah.
MPN changed everything.
Well, that's awesome to hear. First of all, what did you think? Like, just trying to like paint the picture, right? So, Tezzy invites you to the Discord server, says, "Hey, come hang out with us and get to see what we're doing." Like, what did you think going into it? Being that Apex was kind of your first online multiplayer, and now you're about to join an online gaming community. What was those feelings like going into something, I guess, so unknown that you hadn't ever experienced before?
It was terrifying, but like there was like a few people, even though I was super quiet and didn't reach out, people reached out to me. Like, and I felt like welcomed. Like I was so intimidated because it was like everyone here is gonna be so good at the game. They're not gonna want to play with me. I'm literally not that great. At that point, I was still new. Like I would see somebody like come at me with a gun and I'd scream and run away. Like I literally did not know. I've never played shooter games at all in my life before that. So when people started reaching out to me and they wanted to play with me, like it felt nice to like be seen, you know. And so my first impression was that there's a place to be and people to meet. Like no matter where you are, there's going to be at least one person for you in MPN, and they'll change your life. Like the friends you meet along the way, whether they stay or they don't, they change a part of you and they make you better no matter what.
Awesome. And that kind of leads perfectly into the next question I had is like I said, you've been in MPN for 2 years, and you've accomplished quite a bit already. And for those of the people out there listening that maybe haven't ever listened to a Mercy Lens episode before, or maybe they're new to the MPN community and they're just kind of getting to learn who we are and kind of put now faces to names, or at least voices to names if they've been seeing us in the Discord um, messaging throughout there. Let's tell a little bit about your story of MPN, because you started out, if I remember right, back in Saga Squad, and things kind of changed, and then all of a sudden, you were a board of director when we had those. And so I just want to tell your complete story, because you have one of the most interesting stories, at least in recent years, and kind of how you made your way up through the ranks, and then now with the board of directors kind of changing and squads going away, now they're coming back and you jumping right on board and saying, I want to do Fortnite. It's never really been as successful as you thought it could be, and what we all wanted it to be, to where now it's one of our best squads in the community. So just kind of tell the story from the beginning all the way to where you are now, because I think a lot of listeners out there that are newer members could learn a lot from it, and it would do a lot of good for people to get to hear those kind of stories. So go ahead.
All right. Well, like I was saying, I was really shy and really quiet. So for the first little bit, I was not active. I was on the inactivity list like my first month or whatever, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm busy. But then like they just kept inviting me. They kept telling me about events. They kept telling me about like the meetings. And then one day I was like, okay, stop being chicken, just go to one. So I went to one, and literally that first meeting like changed my life. Like all of a sudden, I was just like, man, I really want to be like something here. I don't want to just be like a private who's not doing anything. Like I didn't even have my name then. I was like, I wanted to do more. So I started attending meetings. I changed my name, and then all of a sudden they were like, you should be an LT, because I was just like talking to everybody. I was like making cards for people. I was just like going out of my way to be nice because that's what they did for me. So that's what I wanted to be for other people. And then like I went from 4 LT to like 2 LT in like a week. And I was in Dynasty Squad actually when I first got here. I had no idea. I didn't know anything about squads. And then all of a sudden a squad split happened and I had no idea what that was. Like I was just like, where am I going? It took me that whole month to even know Dynasty Squad was a thing. I was like in general all the time, uh and then the squad split happened and I went over to I'm forgetting the name of it, or Genesis.
Oh,
Genesis, that's what
yeah.
it was. Queen Hera at the time, I had made friends with her, and she was the major, and she told me she wanted me to be her captain, and I was like, I felt so like blessed that she thought that much of me. I was like, you really think I could do that? And then her and like Warhammer and Saint, they were all like, yeah, we think you'd be great for it. So I was like, you know what, I'll do it. And then I jumped right into it. And then I remember like after helping everyone, like I felt like kind of like not fully a part of it yet because it was all new faces. So Queen Hera had told me, like in Barry, they had told me why not, like every time there's a new member, why not connect with them and make connections with them, because then they're gonna feel welcomed, and then you're gonna feel like you have a place in that new place because everyone's gonna like see you as that person who's like helping them. So I did that, and then all of a sudden, like it just felt great. Like I knew everybody, everybody knew me, and then um, you posted an LTC position. I think I only spoke to you once, and that was the ask to put your name on like Tessie's card
Yep.
when you had surgery. And the LTC position opened, and like everyone told me only majors can like go for that because they have the experience and they've been in CMS. And I was like, even if I don't get it, at least I'll go in, I'll learn something new, and I'll know what's expected for when I want to get to that place. Uh, and then that LTC meeting turned into like a whole different thing. The person who was supposed to train me didn't show up, and then you showed up. So I like shit my pants. And then we were talking, and then you were just asking me questions. And then you were like, I think you should go for the board spot. And I was like, what? I, I didn't think I was going to get an LT spot, and you want me to go for a board position? And then I chickened out on applying because I was like, I'm not good enough for this. But you and Mastodon like hunted me down, and you're like, this is your interview, this is happening. And the next thing I knew, I was on the board. And then I was like, holy crap, what do I do now? Like, uh, since there was no like other places to go, like from that position, uh, that's when I decided like in that position is when is like important because everyone's gonna see you and look at you and they're gonna wonder what you're gonna do. So from there, that's when I started getting like the ideas. Like I had so much more freedom to do things, especially with you. Like every time I came to you with an idea, you were like, "Yeah, I'd love to see where this goes." So you like gave me so much free reign to like grow, and you're always telling me to like calm down and not be so nervous. And like I remember the first open forum, I like choked literally because that was so scary. But that's when I came up with like the rainbow challenge, and that's when I started diving into doing events, um, which I really loved. Um, I just started doing like a bunch of stuff. Like I started the girls in LGBTQ club. In the club meant like a lot to me. Like it was a nice place to put people that felt like they didn't have a voice. Like I feel like MPN has really changed what gaming is like for girls and for LGBTQ plus members. Because it went from being like three girls that you would know of, and like you wouldn't know any LGBTQ members because none of them wanted to talk about it. And then you gave them this one little thread to be in, and suddenly everyone was like open with who they were. Everyone was like way happier. Suddenly there were like there was one time when every major and every squad was a female and their officers were all female and LGBTQ members. Like they went from being scared to like being the power, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was really great. And then you guys needed help with graphics, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'd like to help. And from there, that became like my new passion. Like I started like a side business doing that and everything now. And but yeah, that's where I was beforehand. And then we went through like the no squads, and that was fun. I stuck around and I did everything I could. That's when I started helping with stream team when we needed the assistance. I think I had my hand in like everything but the court in clan ops. I was literally running so many things, but I had fun doing it. It was nice going from like a shy person who never tried to be anything more than mediocre to literally being a whole different person. Like I'm sitting here right now with you talking and not like scared out of my mind. Uh, it's done so much for me in the community and outside the community. And so I really appreciate like everything I've learned and all the opportunities that you and this place give people. It really helps people grow as people. Gaming is more than just gaming. It's literally defining who you are and finding your strengths and your weaknesses and learning to work with people. So,
Yeah.
and now I'm major.
Yeah, that's that's the one thing that I've always talked about. What MPN means to me is back when I was just starting out in my first clan, and just like how many real life skills and traits that I got to learn from it, that now we get to create that for other people, and for the future gaming generation, if you will, we'll get to learn and take from our community now. And it really is truly, it's a blessing that we're able to do it, and it's something that I'm incredibly proud of, and it's definitely not just me that's done it. I mean, it's people like you that have dabbled in just about everything that we offer, to make sure that people enjoy that same experience that I enjoyed 14 years ago, that people still get to do. And I feel like, we have adapted and changed and innovated to make it better for people that are coming in now, and it's going to only get better and continue to get better as we continue to be able to work with people like you that come on board and share your ideas, and have a voice at that table, if you will, and be responsible for what MPN looks like next year and the year after that and 5 years down the road. It's something that is very, very exciting. The one thing that I wanted to touch on too, like, you talked about reaching the board of directors, and obviously, things have changed there, and I'll talk about that here because I do want to, is, as the chief information officer, you really pretty much came in and shaped what our CMS program looks like today, right? Like, it was, I wouldn't call it a chaotic mess before we got a CIO, but there was definitely a need for it. And I remember in that interview just talking to you and hearing about everything that you were passionate about and your strong traits that you had. I'm like, this is the person we need for that position. And I remember talking to you about it and just saying, you should think about this. And then, yeah, I remember kind of following up again and saying, hey, you should really do this. We could really use your help on it. And then seeing what it became because of the things that you did and how passionate you were about it and how much that has helped us as a community. It's something that, only majors and above can see and access CMS, are the only ones that are going to know what we're talking about. But it is like the backbone of MPN. That's where we keep everything organized. It's where we make, as a board of directors and even as like divisional leaders and things like that, it's where we make decisions, right? We look at those numbers and we say which games are growing, which games need a little bit of assistance, and we either come in and form a team to help those that are struggling a little bit, or we expand the ones that are doing well and kind of make decisions based off those numbers that we see in CMS. And it also helps track all of the trainings that people do, all of the extracurricular things that they do for the community, to make sure that they get acknowledged for all the work that they're putting in. So it's a great tool. It's one that again, I wouldn't call it a mess. I would say probably, if anything, severely underutilized. And
it was a blank page.
Yeah.
That's the best place to say.
And you came in and not only implemented those important changes, but you taught people how to, why we were making those changes and how to, effectively implement all of those things. And you took a lot of time in training those people and making sure that they understood and were comfortable using the tool. And it's something that, I'll be forever grateful for. It's something that took a lot of weight because up to that point it had just been me and obviously that my trainings were nowhere near as good as yours. So I don't want to take any credit for that. That was, as CMS was kind of in a desperate need of attention, you were the person to come in and assess what we were doing, and then be able to make some changes and then follow through and actually execute on those changes. And it really, I would say, catapulted MPN for that reason, honestly, because then we were on track and we knew what we were looking at, and everybody was on the same page, because it's not always easy to get everybody in a voice chat, but we can, get on that program and look at it and then take a kind of a snapshot of our community at that point and what we're doing and where we're at, and then be able to execute from there. So that was really, really cool. We'll talk a little bit more about your graphics, your video production, and stream team. But before we do, I do just want to take a quick break. We're going to give a shout out to today's sponsor. Again, Rogue Energy. Thank you guys for coming on board here with MPN. So we'll give them a quick shout out and we'll be back here in just a couple minutes. All right. So like I said, we want to give a special thank you to Rogue Energy for coming on as today's sponsor of the Mercy Lens episode. They are the newest sponsor of MPN and what we're doing over here. So basically what it came down to is we wanted to work with a brand. Rogue Energy is actually a company that we're familiar with. We've worked with in the past. And when we created our newest division called the Rogue Empire, it only makes sense to partner with a brand like Rogue Energy. We trusted them. We know their products and how great they are. And I'm actually enjoying one right now in my Rogue Energy Shaker Cup. But make sure to grab one of my favorites, the Pina Colada flavor, but they are coming out with a brand new one as well, a Rocket Pop flavor that you're going to want to get your hands on. And we're doing several giveaways of some starter kits on our Twitter page as well, so make sure to go follow over there at MPNlivenet. But again, thank you to Rogue Energy for coming on board with our community, and thank you for everything that you're providing us. Some very healthy energy supplements, and really they got so many different flavors to choose from. I think over 16 right now on their website. So go over there, check it out, rogueenergy.com, and use promo code MPN on checkout to save yourself some money as well. And we want all of our members and all of our listeners to enjoy their products. Zero sugar, and it's one of the healthiest ones on the market. And they're really, really focused and have that at mind to make sure you can game longer and game healthier. So check it out, rogueenergy.com. All right, welcome back, everybody. Again, thank you to Rogue Energy for coming on board. We definitely appreciate them, and make sure to use that promo code on checkout to save yourself some money today. And speaking about that, we're doing the Rogue Energy giveaway throughout the weekend, and I'm super excited to give away a starter kit to a lucky member following us on Twitter as well. So a lot of cool things happening. And kind of where we left off is you started to talk about, your experience in the graphics team, the productions team. You got involved with our events and things like that. Stream team as well. So go ahead and let's talk about, like, outside of clan ops and the things that you did and are doing for MPN now, clan ops wise. Let's talk about kind of how you started in all those, what I consider like extracurricular things that not specifically gaming related, but you got involved in quite a few of them. I think you said pretty much everything except the court department at the time.
Yeah.
What made you start getting interested in things like that throughout your tenure in MPN, and kind of how has that changed for you over the last couple of years?
Well, I start everything by the same way that I start everything, and it's because I see that somebody needs help. And so that's my favorite thing to do is help people. And at the time, there was like nobody in graphics except for Cora and Dents. And I was like, an opportunity to help. I won't be the greatest, but at least it's help. And so I went in, I like hand drew something on Photoshop. I've had training and stuff in the past, but I hadn't touched Photoshop or anything in like 10 years. And Dempsey, like I gave him my work and he like told me it was great. They allowed me to come in and he gave me like pointers of like what I could have done to improve for the next time. And I really liked that feedback. So from there, I started harassing Dents. Like every time I made something, I was like, what do I need to change? And like he would literally like nitpick. Like I would ask him to nitpick and he'd be like, okay, change this, change this. And because of like him being on top of it all the time and never letting me be lazy in the art, like ever, he would never be let me be lazy in anything. Because of everything he did for me that way, I got better. Like the most proud moment I've ever had was when Dents asked me to make a banner for him and he loved it, and that's when I knew I made it for graphics. And like since then, I don't stop making graphics. I make logos for people. I'm like I don't know if you see synergy, but we're like covered in graphics. Um, I love doing that stuff. And then I started learning like video editing. My friend Joker taught me how to use Adobe After Effects, and like that has changed my life. Um, I literally, I don't even know what to say to be honest, because it's just been such a life changing moment. Like I loved like doing all the data entry and everything, but the second that graphics came into my life, it was like my purpose. I've always like a dream I've always had for esports. I've always wanted to be in esports. I always wanted to be on a team. I wanted to kick ass. I wanted to get there. I wanted to be televised. Like when you do those events and you like fully produce them, I'm always like, I hope I'm on screen.
Yeah.
But uh, I believe it was you who told me that there's more to esports than just being on a team. Like there's everyone in the background. Because what would all of that be without the people who do the productions, the people who do the graphics? And once I started doing graphics, I started being like, please let me do graphics for you, Eva. And I just started doing them for people. And like I just feel so great about it. I recently had art shared on Rogue Company's official like esports Twitter, and that felt amazing. Just getting these opportunities because of the skill sets I've learned from MPN and from the people in MPN. It's really brought me to a whole new world. Like compared to 2 years ago, I'm the best I've been in a long time because of graphics and the people. And
Yeah, I think it was
I got off topic a little bit, but
no, I think it was just yesterday, was it? You know, for quite a while, several years, before the graphics team kind of came around, and like you said, with Dents, and I know Cora was a big part of it, and then you came around. Um, like before that, it was basically me coming up with everything, and I used Photoshop. I actually started out on a program called GIMP, which like was a free version of Photoshop, and I used to have to make everything for MPN. And then like yesterday it hit me because I was trying to make a graphic. And I'm like, how do you do this, this, and this? And you like jumped in instantly. And then now all of a sudden you're teaching me how to do it. And I've been trying to get good at graphics for 10 plus years. And you were able to just jump in and be like, no, this is all you have to do. And you explained it to me, and it turned out great. We actually just shared it today. So
I saw it. It was nice.
there's a lot of good things that you can learn from graphics, and obviously in art you can express yourself in different ways, and that's something that I've always been really fond of, is just being able to like, okay, I want to make something aggressive and really eye-catching and make people like feel this energy, right? Or you could do something more celebratory with confetti or something in the background, balloons and things like that. Or you could do some serious stuff as well and let people know, you know, it's a pretty serious topic. We do a lot of holiday themed banners and things like that, and that's always fun too. And for me, yeah, the graphics is a way that I'm terrible at drawing. Like drawing is not an option. My handwriting is hideous. My stick figures are just
Me
as
too.
ugly. So doing it on the computer just felt more natural to me, and I've always really enjoyed that. And then, yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right about the esports thing. There is more to esports than just being the player, and there's a lot less players than there are the staff that make all of that possible. Whether you're on a team, whether you work for a company and you're producing or creating content in one way for them, there's just so many more opportunities out there. And really, that's where I started to get a lot of like the production side. That interest grew for me there, right? Like being able to live stream events, being able to change camera angles and adjust audio and video filters and all of that stuff came from that, because I quickly learned, I was about 18 when I learned I'm not going to be a pro player. The Lord did not bless me enough. Now, I'm not bad at the game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sell myself short, but I was not anywhere near pro level like I hoped to be. And so I had to learn other traits too that would be able to help a team be able to do and accomplish things that they want to do. And obviously, MPN has stuck around and been that team for me. And it's just a really cool story to hear, like somebody like you that comes into it brand new. Or I shouldn't say brand new, but essentially to
Pretty
graphics.
much.
Yeah. And video production and things like that, to where now, like, you're on the stream team getting involved. And yeah, in the past you helped out a ton over there too, and implemented a lot of cool things that I still plan on being able to implement. Obviously, we're kind of reorganizing our stream team right now and getting that going again. But a lot of the things that you did in the past, I plan to implement in our future too, because there are so many cool opportunities there, and being able to just like enjoy each other's content. I think that that's a big reason why people join the community as well, is everybody is aspiring to be a streamer or a content creator, and they just never get an opportunity to showcase their work through an organization. And MPN hopefully gets to be one of those that will lend people an opportunity to get to do that. And it's through the work that you've started and been able to follow through with over the last few years that makes that all possible. So I hope that we get to give people an opportunity to do so. And I hope people, we've helped, I don't even know if you have an idea of how many people we've helped get affiliate status on Twitch by getting
A
involved with
lot.
our stream team. I
You
mean,
guys helped me get affiliate status too. Like, it
yeah.
only took like a week with MPN's help.
Yeah, and it's just, you got to start somewhere. And honestly, I don't think people realize how hard getting to affiliate is if you're starting out by yourself. Like, it's just
Yeah.
one viewer for many, many months for most people. And, getting involved in MPN, you can't just, I don't want to make it sound like you join MPN tonight and we'll help you get affiliate, next weekend. But, like, if you get involved and you do the things that kind of where you started at and then helped evolve into what it is, you get involved in things like that, and hopefully somebody listening or watching us shows some interest and wants to learn more about our graphics and our video and our stream team and things like that. Because, like I said before I kind of went into this segment, there's so much more to MPN than just being a gaming clan or a gaming community. We do a lot outside of just gaming that can help out a lot of people. So I'm glad that you're able to share all that.
You create a networking area, Merciless Pros network. Like, the networking is what's important in all of those parts, and you literally give everyone the tools to learn how to network, to learn how to do these things. And just being in MPN in like the networking part is what improves everybody's like production and all of that.
Yeah.
So that's the most important.
And it all starts again. This is why I really wanted you to come on here and talk about it. Is it all starts with just being able to come out of your shell, just realizing we're all gamers. We all came here because we have similar interests, and come out of your shell and attend your squad meeting, get involved in one way or another, and the possibilities are really endless, because we do quite a bit around the gaming industry. And we're always looking for help, but also we're looking to help. That's been the thing you've said more than once on today's episode, is like, you want to help people. And there's more people in MPN that want to help than what need help. And it's just kind of like this nice circle of life type atmosphere that we create, and we get to see it come full circle. And that's why, again, I'm always humbled and honored that people get to do that here, and be a part of what we've created over the last few years, and really what we hope to instill for the years to come is those exact examples, things that I've lived through personally with MPN, maybe in a little bit different of a way, but what you've established too, and what you've been able to do from our community, it can literally be anybody. And I hope that people get to learn that from today's episode, and watch or listen and say, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna be active. I'm gonna attend my squad meeting this week. I'm gonna attend one of those amazing events in Synergy Squad, because I see you guys doing so many cool things. You're a Fortnite squad, but you're doing things not on Fortnite. Let's just talk about that for a minute, because you guys are killing it in that squad, and you guys deserve some recognition. We've talked a lot about the past leading up to where you're at today. Let's talk about today. You created Synergy Squad, and it's a Fortnite-based squad, but you guys are doing so many other cool things, and have so many cool events going on weekly. And you've got a lot of great officers and people, getting involved in the squad. So tell us, what's Synergy Squad up to?
Oh my god, I absolutely love Synergy Squad. Okay, like every single person that's come in so far, like they all start out shy, but like once like you're telling them like they're doing great or you encourage them or anything, they just like literally shoot for the stars. Like um I just gotta say, I wouldn't be able to do any of this without Vampire Hope. Like, she's literally the most amazing person I've worked with in MPN. Like today, we just had a Dead by Daylight event where we got together and we streamed, and like everyone's favorite part was that I screamed like I was literally being murdered. That's everyone's favorite part. But we do like so many random things. Like on Sunday, we have like Fortnite fashion show. Like so many people are psyched about that to show off their skins, and we did Fall Guys. We've done Among Us, and we constantly do different things all the time. Um, I find that the events are what's most important. Like, not only do we have like game days, but every day we have like a topic of the day. Like Mondays are this or that topics that gets everyone talking. Tuesdays, I'm having a blank, but we do things on Tuesdays too. We have like a show and tell day that we do a secret word of the day on Wednesdays, and like if people can guess what the secret word is, they'll be like the member of the week. So like I'll pin their like Twitch and like their little bio in the pins, and like everyone gets really excited about these things. And like I've never seen a squad. Like the other day I went to train one person and I had 6 people who were like, I want training too. Like, and they all just showed up in the VC, and we literally just did a training, and now I have like 6, 7 new SSGs who all just want to do something in the community because they went from not talking to being like, I want to help people. And I just love the squad. Like we're all getting really close. And then anyone who feels like they're not getting what they wanted out of it, like it just takes one message. Like just one message to them. I message everyone, every single one of my members, at least once a week in a personal DM, and we have conversations. I kind of learn about them, like the ones that want to open up. But like, I just played with Baby Yoda and Chiclet, and they're so funny. I love this squad. I'll be sad when I have to leave it one day.
Well, and it's a testament to why, we went away from squads for a while, and now they're back. Obviously, we're talking about one, and it's really, that's why, is because of things like what you just explained and described. It's like that family feeling, and MPN has always been a family first type community, and we've really, really pushed treating others with respect and having fun together. But it's the squads that really create that atmosphere to begin with. And,
Yeah.
you guys are doing a phenomenal job. And I always see your voice chats full of people, and you're always posting about events and sharing the things that we're doing as a community, just trying to get everybody involved. And we definitely notice your efforts, and I think they're paying off. I mean, like,
Thank you.
when you first started talking about Fortnite I remember you saying like, I know it can be something big. Just let us have an opportunity to do it. And now you and Vampire Hope and your whole officer staff, and even, it was just talked about yesterday in our meeting. Like, either there's more people in line waiting for a chance to get more involved in it. And it's just a
Yeah.
really, really cool thing to see. And it doesn't just happen because you got lucky. It's something that you've built, and the people that bought in, and now they're building. And it's definitely, Fortnite's looking good in MPN, that is for sure. And it's been a lot of fun seeing what you guys do. I know I haven't gotten to get in very many game nights or anything like that, but I promise I'm paying attention and I'm trying. It's just been a busy last couple of weeks here, and trying to get everything, and obviously taking time to celebrate our achievements too as a community. And there's going to be some more cool things coming up. The return of Mercy Lens is just one thing, and
Yeah.
having you on as a guest for today's episode is like its own special occasion too. So like, we're putting two big things into one episode here, but we got more to come. And I know that you're helping us plan out an incredible event for our entire community. And I got one other kind of announcement I'm going to make for us reaching some milestones. And I can't wait to do it all together. And I can't wait to see the energy that Synergy brings, because you guys got the energy over there. You're not kidding around. And Dead by Daylight, that game would be a lot of fun. I think you guys have done Gartic Phone too, haven't you? You guys have done some
Yeah,
stuff
we
over
did
there too.
Gartic Phone once too. We invited everybody for that one. That
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah. So listen, people in there, like, if no matter what squad you're in, really, but if you're in Synergy Squad listening and you haven't attended one of these game events, you better do so, because you are missing out on a lot of fun. All right. Well, a couple more segments here that I want to make sure we get into for today's episode. We've talked a lot about it already, I feel like, but it's still something that I want to make sure the people listening or watching get an opportunity to hear about specifically. But what are some skills or some traits that you've learned from being in MPN? Real life skills or real life traits that you've acquired or maybe made better. I know graphics obviously being one of those things, but what are some things that you've picked up from the community that you implement in your real life day-to-day kind of thing?
There is literally so much. Like, everything that you see that I am today is because of the day that I came into MPN. Like, from my CIO position, I learned all of that. Like, I learned everything that I did, I learned here. And because of that, I have data entry jobs that I do for people locally here. Like, I literally do their paperwork because I love doing it. Like, I learned that I love doing that. I used to be so scared of it. And then because you're like, no, I believe in you, you can do it. I did it. And just having one person believe in you, like, makes the biggest of differences. And the graphic design, I got like a side business for that. That's helped me improve in like my photography. Like, I run a photography job, but it's always been hard because I've always been shy. But now I can literally go into a voice channel that has like 100 people, like our open forums, and be like, yo, what's up, everybody? And like,
Coming at you
before
live.
it would be like, I don't want to be here. But I literally, everything that I am today, um like, I don't mean to toot my horn, but I am stronger, more confident. I do so much more. Like, even my son has improved so much because like, so many people in MPN play with my kid with me, and he learns from them. He learns social skills, and he learns, like, he's nonverbal autistic, but he's learned so much from just the people in this community. Like, the one time he played with you, that was like his favorite day. But literally everything that I do today is because of the stuff that I've learned in MPN over time. Like, 2 years ago, like, this is personal stuff, but like, I wasn't in a great place. But because I had MPN and I had the people in MPN and I had the possibilities, like the endless possibilities and the endless like support from you and from my friends, like, I feel like I can do anything. Like, I literally feel like I could pitch like an MPN water bottle to you and have like a successful business by the end of 2 months. Like, I feel like anything I put my mind to, I can do. and I feel like that is the most important skill that I've gotten from here. Um, like everything else, um, everything.
And
Like I don't, I'd be here forever if I continued.
yeah, that's that's the biggest mission that I think that I've set out to try to accomplish, and it's something that we've instilled in people for years now. Is like how can we make this better? How can we provide more? How can we do things that not anybody else can go out and do? And it's reasons like what you just described, right? Making people feel confident about themselves. I kind of told the story earlier with my previous clans that I started out in back in 2008. It would have been. I was in my very first clan, and like I couldn't talk to anybody. I just shut down. And now I'm doing podcasts. I'm live streaming all the time. Whatever. I'm in video calls, much like you are, and yeah, speaking in front of crowds. And the biggest thing that I took away from that was it helped me in my personal career, where now like I do not necessarily public speaking, but definitely team speaking in front of people pretty regularly. And it's something that over time and forming MPN and having to be somebody that people can rely on, that I can communicate through different levels of the community effectively. It's made me better as a leader out there in the real world too, in a sense. So it's definitely something that you can get more than just gaming out of. So, and I know that you've been vocal about everything that you've learned from MPN, and the people in it is a big part of that, and the people that we get to connect with. And we all come from different walks of life, and we all have different life experiences, and being able to talk about that and share ideas and come up with solutions is a big reason why we've been so successful over the years. And it's something that you never want to forget. You don't want to forget where you started and how you got here. And that's something that I think about every single day when I wake up and take that breath and just look at my phone and just kind of start my day with MPN. It's always, what can we do to help people, and what can we do, and why are we doing this, and why are we putting the hours in that we do? It's because it provides, more than just gaming.
I think it also provides one of the most two important things is, one, there's a place for everyone. Like once graphics and everything is open again, there's literally a place for everyone for anything that they like. There is a place for them. Like most of us come to this community because we feel out of place, and then we come here and we find our place and we find ourselves, because the other important thing is that everybody is so supportive, like all of the time. Like if you have an idea, it's not like, no, you suck. It's, oh, I like that idea, let me go move up the chain of command and see if we can get that done for you. Like that's a great idea. Like Rainbow Challenge wouldn't have happened without all the support. Like when you produced it, I think it went from being just like a normal thing to huge. Like we had people outside of the community in Rainbow Challenge. Like that
Yeah.
was an amazing experience because so many people supported it, and so many people supported the people in it, and etc.
Yeah, that was such a fun event too. We
Yeah, it
definitely
was
have to do
great.
that again this year.
I
Um,
agree.
so speaking of later this year, let's talk a little bit about some future goals. What are some things you're looking to achieve? Obviously, like we've talked about, we went from, being a pretty successful squad-driven community. We go away from squads, ultimately come back to squads now. We were focused at one point for a short stint just for esports and kind of rebuilding that. And then the squads came back after that, and you've been on board ever since. So let's talk about future goals. What are you looking to achieve in this run of MPN? What do you? Doesn't sound like you have a whole lot of like boxes left to check on things, but I know you do. I know the type of
I
person
always
that you
got
are.
boxes
So
to check.
let's talk about future goals a little bit. What's the next few months into the next year looking like for MPN Mediocre Girl?
Well, one is definitely Synergy Squad. Like, it's so amazing in there that I feel like there's so many people in Synergy that we can make Fortnite its own thing. Like my goal right now is to make sure that Fortnite is the first one with its own division. Because I remember when I first got here, I think I was inboxing you before I even knew what like the chain of command was, and I was like, "Can we get Fortnite?" And then you were like, "I'll give you like a channel to see," and then I made like 40 people download Fortnite, and then we got to this point. So now my goal is to make sure we're the first squad that gets our like the first division to itself. That's one of my biggest goals right now, and to help like everyone in my squad realize that like a lot of them right now are really shy and they're worried and like they want to do more, but they feel like they're not the person for it. So my biggest goal is to be there and help them get exactly what I got out of MPN. I would love to be able to say and see people grow like I did. Like I would love to see, say Zolo. Sorry for using you as my example, but he went from thinking he'd be too shy to recruit, and today he recruited somebody already. Like I don't think he realizes how like proud of him I am. And
He's
then there was
recruiting
Six
right
Flicks
now
who said
as we're
he,
recording it, by the way. Like,
he
I've seen the
yeah
notifications come through.
yeah, and then like there's Six Flicks who said he'd be too shy to ever talk into a VC, and today he was the most talkative in DVD. It was like my favorite. I just want to help get people to push themselves out of there. So I think my biggest goal and my biggest focus is to help everybody get to their like what's that word? Um achieve their full potential. That's the word. I want to help other people reach that full potential. Because if it wasn't for people like you, Barry, Warhammer, like I know not all of our friends are here anymore, but if it wasn't for those people, I don't know where I'd be today. Like, I definitely don't think I would have been on board. I probably would have chickened out, like full chicken out. I don't think I would have ran graphics and productions. I don't think I would have ran like Dream Team at one point. I wouldn't have ever ran event management. I went from thinking that I am a mediocre girl, that I'm not going to achieve these things, to being like, yeah, I run all of these things now. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I want more people to have that because it's been an amazing journey for me. So my biggest goal is the people. And then getting MPN to its former glory, but even more so. Like I feel like we learned so much on this road, and like we have all of the tools to make it even better. So starting from like the 3 squads we have now, I feel like we already have it better than what we had before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I've actually thought about that pretty much this entire episode is just like embracing who we are, right? Like, we went from being one of the largest gaming communities that I can recall to, now essentially starting over. But, there's no shame in that because we learned a lot of lessons. I, for one, can say I probably learned the most about myself and making sure that I get back on track to focusing on why we're doing this, right? And I just talked about that, but like never forgetting that. Now I wake up every day and that's like the first thought that comes to my head is, who do I get to, influence today, or who can I help today? Who's somebody that, I might interact with and not even know that they're coming to me wanting help, and I'm just kind of like there, and then all of a sudden, they're on the Mercy Lens a year from now saying that one time that they met with me and that changed everything for them, So it's opportunities like that, I'm not going to forget. It's things that keep me motivated, and it's really, again, just kind of embracing what MPN is right now and knowing that the people that we have involved today are making such a big impact for people, and not just MPN in general, but for people in our community, the people that believe in us and want to be a part of what we're doing. It's been probably the biggest eye-opening experience that I've gotten to see firsthand and really directly in my face over the last 12 years. So it's I'm very grateful for it. I'm very appreciative of everybody, especially people like you that have come back because you believe in what MPN is, and you want to be a part of that legacy for years to come, and just seeing people believe in that. And there's so many others, right, that make this what it is. We have people like Hitman that's come back and it has helped out a lot. Diablo, Silent Chaos, all of those people, all of them. And there's a ton more. But also the people that have joined not knowing any different MPN, right? People that are joining in today, people that joined in last week that never saw MPN when we had a flourishing graphics team, a flourishing productions team, and events going on and things like that. And just being able to make that better for them this time around. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a wild ride.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
I also look forward to like all the future members, because I feel like every time we meet someone new, like they either challenge us in a way, or they teach us something different, or they change our perspective. Like when I met Silent Chaos, like she literally is the reason I like stepped up my gaming graphics, because she came in, her work was she literally to die for graphics. I was like, okay, time to step it up, and then all of a sudden it was just from there matching the energy. Like there's so many people that have inspired me to grow every time I meet someone new. Like there's Better Call Saul. When I met him, like he gave me a lot of inspiration too. Like so it's always been a great journey meeting all the new people, which I find is why it's important to recruit, because the more like original people that we get in, the more personality MPN has, and then the more we get out of it. So I just wanted to bring that up too.
Yeah, 100%. And the nice thing about tools like CMS too is you can tell that we're getting better at it because people are staying longer. They're not just joining and leaving because they don't get to talk to anyone in a day or in a week. They're sticking around and enjoying what we're doing here. So, I mean, it's already proving that, we're doing things the right way. We got a lot of great people involved and putting a lot of time and effort into MPN. Because they believe in the same message that we've both talked about tonight throughout this whole episode, honestly, and just about what it is and what MPN looks like and what it can provide for people around the world, because it's not just gaming. And, that's why, again, I love having you on here tonight, because you've been a part of it really firsthand through all stages of MPN. You've done it all, and you've been a part of everything, and you get to see what that's like, and you're obviously going to be here to make sure that we continue doing it the right way. So it's really, really exciting. Before we go, we're over the hour mark, so we'll wrap it up for everybody. Before we go, my favorite question is, if there's one thing that you could change or add to MPN tonight, before we go off the air, if you say, I want this right now, what is one thing that you would like to see changed or added?
I think if you would have asked me that question a few months ago, I'd have a different answer. But right now, there's not much that I would change right now. Like right now, I feel like we're making those changes that I would have wanted in the past. We're connecting with people more. We're giving people positive encouragement. We're telling people they're doing great jobs. Like we're giving them like the belief that they're not just a number to us, that they are an important person to us. So honestly, right now in this moment, there's nothing that I would change, because we are the change.
Yeah. We're the catalyst of what MPN looks like in the coming years, and it's something I'm very excited to get to do with you every step of the way, and I know that there's a lot of other people that have plenty of great ideas, and hopefully today's episode encourages some people to come out and realize that they can add a lot to this as well, and their voices will be heard, and ideas are always listened to, suggestions, feedback, whatever it might be. It doesn't matter who you are. We want to hear it. And it could be, come to Mediocre Girl. We have a ton of great resources to reach out to. If you are listening or watching this and you want to be a part of it, let us know. we'll get you involved, and we'll either one of us, and especially you, will go out of your way to help anybody. And it's something that I've seen over the last few years, and you've talked about it tonight. So awesome. I appreciate it. I'm glad we finally got to do this, huh? This has been a lot of fun.
Me too.
It honestly,
Thank you.
I normally I would tell you this like off the recording, but I might as well do it now. Like this has been like the most seamless episode. Like it's just went perfectly, and I'm so happy that we got to do it. I know that it meant a lot to you, but it also means a lot to me to get to do this finally. There was a point in time where we both thought that it wouldn't happen, and I'm truly am blessed that we got to do it. So thank you for taking the time tonight to do it. I know as soon as I messaged you, you're like, hell yeah, get me on there. I wanna be a part of it. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to do it. Thank you very much. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up
Thank
today's
you for
episode.
another opportunity.
The return of the Mercy Lens. We're back. I don't know how often yet, but we're definitely back, and we're going to continue doing this because it's been a member favorite thing for quite a while, and I can't wait for this episode to come out Monday. Mercy Lens Mondays is what we call it. Monday in the morning, we'll get this out, and I can't wait to hear everybody's feedback. Let us know in the Discord. Let us know on YouTube. Wherever you're listening, give us a review. Give us that thumbs up, whatever you can do on whatever platform you're on. We do truly appreciate everybody's time. So with that said, everybody, we'll see you all in the next episode of The Mercy Lens. Thanks for watching.